Hi guys, it's Crystal. I'm doing my May 2026 reading wrap up. So, I read 4,742 pages, 13 books. It was all physical, all library books except for one. I got my book cart down to one, so instead of 92, it's 91. So the first book I read was Winter Gardens by Kristin Hannah. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I've come to the conclusion I like her historical fiction better. And then I read Nothing Like the Movies by Lynn Painter. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars, but I've come to the conclusion, can't talk today, that I probably won't read any more of her books because I didn't care for them too much. And then I read Ruby by Lorleen Snelling. I gave it a 2 out of 5. I did not like this book. I'm still trying to figure out how brothel fits in Christian fiction. So, that's all. And then I read Holmes is Missing by James Patterson and Brian Sitz. I gave it a 4 out of 5. It's part of the Holmes, Marple, and Poe series, the second book, and I did enjoy it. And then I read Island of the Mad by Laurie R. King, part of the Mary Russell Sherlock Holmes series. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I did enjoy it. And then I read Grady Lake by J.L. Hyde. I gave it a 3 out of 5. It wasn't my favorite, but I did enjoy it. It was very interesting. And then I finished The Duke and I by Julia Quinn, which I gave a 4 out of 5. This first book in the Bridgerton series, which I did enjoy. And then I finished Sweet Valley Twins, I think it is, or Sweet Valley High. It's one of them. Double Love by Francine Pastel. I gave it a 3 out of 5. It's more nostalgia reads because, I read it as a preteen. Then I read Pearl by Lorleen Snelling. It's a part of the Dakota Territory series, I think is what it's called. The second book is Ruby's first, Pearl's second, and then Opal. Which I have Opal. I own the copy to Opal. Just hadn't read it yet. I gave it a 3 out of 5. The second book was better than the first. But still, the brothel thing... Well, not really now. It's not really a brothel. It's a hotel, but it's still based in the same spot. So, it's not my favorite series. And then I read Dreamland by Nicholas Sparks. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. It's not my favorite Nicholas Sparks book, but it's alright. And then I read Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelley Van Pelt. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, in which I have Dreamland right here. And then I have that book, Remarkably Bright Creatures. I enjoyed this one. I did enjoy it. I love the layout of the chapters and everything. You're getting from the creature's point of view, and also the woman character. And I enjoyed it. I'm going to eventually buy this book. And then I read Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. I gave it a 4 out of 5. I think this is the second Agatha Christie book I've ever read. I own Appointment by Death. And this is the, I think it's Priot is this one, so. Which I know is probably a different part. I know it's like it's supposed to be in a series, but I never keep up with these because I haven't read them enough. And then I gave it a 4 out of 5. And then the last book I read for May was The Four Winds by Kristin Hannah. I gave this a 5 out of 5. This is what I'm talking about. I enjoy her historical fiction. This is the I think I've read all of them so far. Because I've read this one, I've read The Women, I've read the last one. What was the last one? The Nightingale. And I've read The Great Alone. And it seems like that I enjoy her historical fictions more than her other ones. And so I read that so far. So that was May. So June, she went ahead and extended some of all the books. So I got to the 18th. Probably take some back, and then as I go, and then extend whatever I don't finish. But right now, I'm reading The Viscount Who Loved Me. I'm like right past the middle. So I'm on page 313. So I'm almost finished. I'm gonna try to finish this one today, and then I got a pile of books. So I'm probably gonna do another, because Monday starts a new week for me. Because I do it by the beginning of the month to the end of the month. So I do it every 7 days. So, but since it's Friday, I'm just gonna do like if I have time, because it's been a busy past 2 weeks, and so what I'll probably do is update on Friday, or I might wait till Sunday. Not this week, because this video's for this week, even though it's a wrap up. Then probably next weekend I'll see what all I've read for the week, because so far I hadn't finished a book for June yet, and that's unusual, because generally by the 3rd I've done finished a book, and I hadn't. But that's because I've been busy, and then I get so tired and I go to bed before 8 o'clock. And because my bedtime's usually, I used to be able to stay up all night, but my bedtime's usually at 8:30, and then I wake up at 3. But lately it's been like earlier than 8, and then waking up at 3, and still going nonstop. And so I'm hoping to at least get this book done today. I've thought about doing sprints for myself, giving myself like 20 minutes to read, and then taking the 10-minute break, which would be like checking on like laundry or doing something, or just not reading for 10 minutes. Or because I'm sorry if you hear it, because I have to leave my door open because she's awake, my grandmother, and I have to keep an eye on her, because she's sitting in the living room watching her westerns. And I have the wash machine dryer going because I'm behind on my washing, which that's unusual for me. That's like, I've been so busy. This is the first day I've actually made up my bed, because I've been so tired. I just get in it, get out, get in. I'm tired. And so I was washing her bed clothes too. I'll wait till Sunday to wash mine. But yeah, so, and all I've been washing is clothes to keep people in, but all the other stuff, and maybe towels. But like all the bulky stuff that everybody's wanting me to wash, I'll be like, no, I have to wait. So I'm doing it today to get caught up on it. That way I don't have to worry about it. And probably do another load for my bedclothes on Sunday, because I have a feeling tomorrow's going to be busy again, and Sunday will be my rest day. But I'm planning on starting doing that, like 20 minutes intervals of sprints, reading, and then taking a break, and then doing whatever I need to do, and then just doing that. Hopefully, because my goal always for the month is 5 books. Because I got to where I was doing like 15 for a long time, and then I get mad at myself for not beating it. So I just put it on the lowest level, because I'm not going to stress about it. I done beat my yearly goal by 14 books already. And so my yearly goal was 60 books. And then I have a yearly page goal of 60,000. I'm behind on that by 1,000 pages. And then audiobook is like 60 hours. Well, I'm 9.5 hours ahead of that one when I was listening to audiobooks, maybe to help me further along reading these books to get ahead, or just finding an audiobook. But you know, so I'll let y'all go. Like, comment, subscribe. Now I gotta get busy again. I'll talk to you later. Bye.